Welcome to Voices of the Ancestors, where we explore Georgian polyphonic songs and the women who sing them. The voices today are me, Holly Taylor-Zuntz,
and me, Susan Thompson.
And our guest today is Maka Khardziani, a founding member of Nanina, a group of women ethnomusicologists and singers based in Tbilisi who are reviving and keeping alive traditional Georgian women's songs. And as this is something that we've been interviewing people about for 5 years now, we thought it was high time to geek out with Maka on this subject.
Oh, yeah. Now, one of Nanina, Maya Galishvili, came up with the idea of holding festivals devoted to women's music and rituals. And the group collectively worked together to bring this vision into reality, into being. Now, we're recording today in Tbilisi, just before the third Nanina festival, which is devoted to women's Georgian songs. And I'm not talking about a Glastonbury-style festival here. The Nanina festival does have live concerts, but it also has a space for specialists to give papers and also videos from regional ensembles about the particular theme.
So in the episode, Maka chooses some of her favourite samples from those videos. So we're going to hear about lullabies and about how the word Nana comes from the ancient goddess Nana.
That's right, and we hear about healing songs. And while we may think about Batonebi as folk rituals, the sample she chose shows us the ritual processing around a church.
Yes, and we hear about women's work songs. So that includes activities like weaving, spinning, cooking, working in the field, and we get to hear what next year's festival theme will be too. So this episode is best experienced visually on YouTube. It's the first time we've had a full video podcast episode, and that's thanks to Ia Andghuladze, who's behind the camera today, but she's also a member of Nanina. And if you're driving along listening to just the audio, hopefully you can find time to go back and watch the video samples that we're discussing. So it's, thanks to Ia for taking the time. She'll also be doing her editing magic. Thanks to Maka for speaking to us today. Thank you to our Ko-fi and Patreon supporters for making this all possible, really.
For sure.
So if you do want to support the podcast, please sign up at patreon.com/Voices of the Ancestors, and hope you enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
Maka, hello. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for the invitation. Let me introduce myself.
Please.
I'm Maka Khardziani, in short I'm ethnomusicologist, PhD in musicology, and I'm associated professor at Georgian Chanting University. I'm a chief scientist at the International Research Center for Traditional Polyphony in Tbilisi State Conservatoire, and in addition, I'm a director of the Ethnomusicologist creative group Nanina.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you again for the invitation, for your podcast, for your interest toward Georgian traditional music. I'm a listener of your podcast, and I like it very much, and I appreciate your efforts towards this. Toward Georgian traditional music, your interest and your special interest to Nanina's festival, and in general Nanina's activities. Let me say at first about Nanina.
Yes, please.
How the ensemble was founded, how old are we, and so on.
Yes, how old are you?
Yes.
How old is the ensemble?
Our ensemble is 20 years old.
20?
Wow! Yeah,
22.
22. Yeah, already 22. And we are all ethnomusicologists, and we are friends since the students' time. In 1990s, We were students of Tbilisi State Conservatoire, and our teachers were Kukurijo Khonelidze, Edisha Karakhonelidze, Joseph Jordania. They are famous Georgian ethnomusicologists.
Yeah, some of our listeners will have heard us talk about them in previous episodes.
Yes.
Let's return to ensemble Nanina, and foundation of this ensemble was linked to Tea Kasabori. Tea was the first leader of the ensemble. We established our ensemble in 2003.
Okay.
And before that, we were just friends and enjoyed to sing together. And then finally we created the ensemble. For 18 years, Nanina was a participant of local and international festivals, many TV and radio broadcasts, charity events. We had a lot of solo concerts, made audio CDs, and so on.
So that showcasing Georgian women's repertoire, is that the core of what you wanted to be and do with Nanina?
It's our main goal.
Yeah.
And it should be mentioned that we created our group in the footsteps of Mzetamze. Mzetamze ensemble was the first who revived Georgian women's repertoire, and the first group which began to popularize Georgian women's repertoire. As you know, Georgian musical folklore is rich of men's repertoire. And the vast and diversity of men's repertoire made some people think that Georgian musical song belongs to men.
Oh, we know this.
You've come across
why
that.
we started the podcast.
We had a lot of men's ensemble. We had a lot of men's ensemble.
And they're very wonderful.
During almost 1 century.
Yes.
And these ensembles were popularized mainly men's songs.
Yes.
It's natural.
Yeah.
And it should be said that indeed men's repertoire is more rich, more diverse, and rich of genres and forms of performance, and effective on the stage. And this was the main reason why the men's repertoire was very popular on the stage among the audience. But women's repertoire was somehow in shadows.
Yes.
And it was not popular because the field of work of women was very narrow. Women's repertoire is very simple, mainly one-voiced, and not effective on the stage. People consider that it was not effective on the stage, so they paid the main attention on men's repertoire. And this was the reason why the women's songs were kept in only archives, and it was not popular on the stage.
But you've changed that.
And I'm so glad.
Not we. It started by Mzetamze ensemble, and then we continued their work. And we're happy and we're proud of it, because I think it's very important to develop and to popularize Georgian women's songs, because I think that it's very interesting, and it keeps the ancient layers of Georgian musical thinking, and it keeps the root language of Georgian music, I think, and not only I. Georgian scholars think so, that it keeps the root language. And what is the most interesting, that Georgian lullaby, the intonations, the melodies of Georgian lullabies are the basic of almost all Georgian songs.
Oh gosh.
For example, Shava Aslanishvili, the famous Georgian ethnomusicologist, wrote that he has an article about this, that Yavnana's melody is the basic of almost all Georgian songs, women and men, from women's and men's repertoire.
I have so many questions.
This intonation is the basic, and this intonation exists in almost all Georgian songs. The festival Nanina, it's the first our large project, and the festival includes some segments, some parts. These are a scientific conference, video clips, a presentation of video clips, folk concerts, folklore concerts with participation of Georgian regional choirs and Tbilisi choirs as well, women's choirs, and now in this festival, in the third festival, we added one more part. It's an exhibition of women's handicrafts.
Oh wow!
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah,
that's so great.
In the conference, when I mentioned the multidisciplinary approach, I mean that our conference consists of the articles and includes the articles from almost all branches of the art, which are very close to ethnomusicology. It helps to ethnomusicology to study the song, for example, in many directions. From the standpoint, for example, linguistics, for example, ethnographists, ethnomusicologists, music therapists as well, choreologists, because we have syncretic phenomenon. Georgian, not for only Georgian, the folklore, the musical folklore is the syncretic phenomenon, which includes not only singing but dancing, but round dance with action.
So when each of the members of Nanina, so you were all ethnomusicologists as students, did you, as part of your training, go on expedition to the villages?
Of course, yeah. The main direction of the activities of Nanina were expeditions, especially to the regions when we lost multi-part singing. Meskheti, for example, it's South Georgia. Lazeti, for example, the part of Lazeti is Georgian territory, but part in Turkish territory. Abkhazeti as well, It should be mentioned that we have the songs in our repertoire which cannot found in other ensembles' repertoires, because we try to revive unknown songs, to uncover unknown songs, and these expeditions.
This is so funny. Holly, yesterday, she said, I've been looking at all these videos from Nanina. She said, I didn't recognise any of the songs.
But also the rituals. So I'm so glad that the festival is multidisciplinary and it's taking account of the context, because you're right, it's not just about the song.
Okay, let's see the video
of
Lalkhori.
Oh, thank you.
And why it's interesting and why I prefer to share this video with you. Almost all members of these ensembles are from Svaneti.
Yes.
And they are so-called native speakers. So I'm from Svaneti as well. I'm proud of it, because I am very close to Svanetian musical folklore, and I like it very much. And I perform Svan lullabies myself as well.
Wow.
And,
which part of Svaneti? Where in Svaneti?
Mestia.
From Mestia, okay.
My mother's village is Ipari, and
Okay.
my father's village is Kala.
Okay.
And by the way, the Kvirike church was built by Khardzianis.
Oh, wow. Wow, I would love to hear you perform a Svan lullaby.
Yeah, I can.
Yes!
If you could, that would be wonderful.
Nanila, nanila, nana, ila, nani, nani, nai, nana, ila, nani. Sile radiak, sile machiak, nani, nani, nai, nana, ila, nani. Dede, nani, lasjak, mine, nani. Nani, nai, nanai, nani.
Thank you so much.
So that is in the Svan language. You see, my linguistics knowledge is small, but I know that.
And with what you would call glossolalie?
The glossolalie is in this current song. It's not
Okay.
glossolalies, but some people consider that Nana is glossolalia, but it's not.
Oh, tell us about that. Yeah.
Nana was a deity of fertility, and if we didn't know about this information, we don't guess why people repeat this glossolalia in all lullabies. It is interesting not only from the standpoint of songs included in this video clip, but here is the spell of mother or grandmother who whispered to baby, and the purpose of this spell was to scare away the evil forces.
The evil
Forces. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Move that out of the way and we can actually come round.
Well, we can, put them in the middle.
Okay.
Khochale tu jarmish ku khokhril jashi tu shvania saqdreris kunatsadmi Nanila nana ila nana ila Nanila nanila nana ila Siler diyaki silem chiyaki nani nana ila Nanila iskwa nana chuyat mechan Nanila nanila nanaila Nanila isiler diyak silem chiyak Nanila nanila nanaila
გელოცები, გელოცები, თაყვასაგან გელოცები, გარეგანსაგან, კაცსაგან, ქალსაგან, ბავშვსაგან, ახლობელი იყოს, შორობელი იყოს, מחარობელი იყოს, მათვალყობელი იყოს, ვინც არ უნდა იყოს, სამიასკილი, წუნწუფა, თაკარა, შავი ჭირი და ღადარა, მის გულს, მის სულს ერვაიერი ალბებში ხოლათა იმოფხრელესეს. ფუილე ქვალიცუათ ხოია, ლეჟაბი ქსუათ ხოია, ქარნიავსუათ ხოია, ქაჯიეშმასუათ ხოია, ალბებში ხოჩა ჯვარის ტარენოასა ირენა. გელოცები, გელოცები, თაყვასაგან გელოცები, გარეგანსაგან, კაცსაგან, ქალსაგან, ბავშვსაგან, ახლობელი იყოს, შორობელი იყოს, מחარობელი იყოს, მათვალყობელი იყოს, ვინც არ უნდა იყოს, სამიასკილი, წუნწუფა, თაკარა, შავი ჭირი და ღადარა, მის გულს, მის სულს ერვაიერი ალბებში ხოლათა იმოფხრელესეს. ფუილე ქვალიცუათ ხოია, ლეჟაბი ქსუათ ხოია, ქარნიავსუათ ხოია, ქაჯიეშმასუათ ხოია, ალბებში ხოჩა ჯვარის ტარენოასა კუჩკუჩილა ბაბა გვიცრა საჯურმინე
Our listeners are maybe not all ethnomusicologists, but I know that they'll be touched to see this and hear this because it's a kind of magic you know,
Yes.
when this attention is
agree,
put and
absolutely.
this focus.
Yeah.
It's really something special.
And also, there's a universality in that, just that rhythm of rocking a crib and rocking a baby.
Yes.
That's just
yeah.
travels.
Yes. And here are some interesting details.
Yes.
For example, the fire.
Yes.
Around
I have
the
not seen
cradle.
this. Tell us.
It has the same meaning that the spell.
Okay.
It scared away evil.
The evil spirits.
scares them away.
Forces.
Yeah.
This the second song, Nanila, Kuchkuchila, this song was first performed by Nana Andghuladze.
Oh.
And the first festival was dedicated
I
to
remember.
Nana Andghuladze's
Oh, of
memory.
course, yeah. So
Because
did we, when we made the episode
Yes,
about Nana
yes.
Andghuladze, we
Because,
mentioned that,
Yeah.
the sphere of her interest was especially lullaby songs, and her
Yes.
dissertation based on
Yeah.
lullaby songs, the articulation, semantics,
Yeah.
and other.
So the other action was they were tying something onto the crib. Did you before
Yes,
they did the fire?
It is all these actions have the same purpose.
They all have the same. Okay,
Yeah.
they're all fun.
And this song is one-voiced.
Yes. Yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
one-voiced, but they made these songs in three-voiced.
Yeah.
It's not a problem, of course, but traditionally lullaby was one-voiced.
How do you
but-
know that? Because it seems to me, babies grow up within a family situation,
Yeah,
not just with one person.
But falling asleep, the baby was obligation of mother.
Okay.
So we know from the history, from the ethnographic sources, we know that the mother was only who sang a lullaby song to the child. So the song, from the standpoint of social function, was one-voiced.
Okay.
It was a role.
Yeah.
But nowadays on the stage it can be
It's so
performed
tempting
in
to have harmonies.
So this creative group Nanina, I'm really curious now as to how you're working with the women's songs and the women's repertoire, where you're finding it, how you know it's come down the generations of women rather than being composed.
Yeah, the part of our repertoire is from our expeditions.
Ah, okay.
We are searching these songs from the archives, mainly from Conservatoire archive, from television archive, from our individual archives, our own archives as well. Levan, my husband, has his own archive. As for the second festival was linked to healing songs, Batonebi, customs, traditions and music. Batonebi were some kind of gentlemen's. Batonebi, it means gentlemen's, which Georgians believed that Batonebi were the main reason of illness of children. This illness is infection diseases. So we have 7 infection diseases, as you know, and Batonebi were gentlemen who were the reasons of this illness. So people believed that they should make some rituals and accompanied by songs and some actions to gain the heart of Batonebis. And these songs are cult rituals as well. And we have 1, 2, and 3 voiced Batonebi songs. Depends on mother was alone or she was with her neighbors or with her relatives. So this song could be sang by men as well. They sang together. This was the case when men and the women sang together.
They all want the Batonebi to be appeased. And so which video clip have you selected for this to represent the Batonebi?
Let me share Nanina's video.
Oh, good. Yes.
In this time, because we chose Meskhetian region.
Okay. Can we see? I can't wait.
Yeah.
So it's a Meskhetian video, and we have a lot of Batonebi songs. Healing songs in different regions of Georgia, but we have only few songs in Meskhetian.
Yeah.
Victoria is very close to the Valerian Maghradze's archive. Valerian Maghradze was the ethnomusicologist which was especially interested in Meskhetian musical folklore. He made a lot of expeditions to Meskheti, and we have very important recordings, very interesting recordings of Valerian Maghradze, and Victoria looking for healing songs, and she found it only 2 samples.
Okay.
Very, very simple songs, Batonebi songs. They were one-voiced songs, but we made them 3-voiced. So the recordings that Victoria found had very low quality, and the music was listened was heard hardly. But Victoria transcribed these songs and taught us. These are very interesting, very simple but very interesting samples of Batonebi songs, and we used them in our clip.
I absolutely love this process. It's really like taking these songs and making them alive, like hearing them on this old recording, and now in 2025 here you are.
დათქმულხაც ბატონების მოსარჩენად პირობებს შეუთქვამდნენ. შენ კარზე საღმრთოდ მოვალო. შენი კარის კენჭი 1 წელიწადი ყელზეთ ვატარო. ფეხში შველი და მუხლის მოყრით შემოუარო შენს წმინდა ადგილსაო. თეთრი ტანის ამოსით მივიდე შენს კარებზე დაო.
Batonebi smami
Wow, that was really beautiful to watch this connection of, I mean, first of all, I really enjoyed how Victoria's voice was so strong.
Yes.
And some people might imagine that a healing song should be very gentle and soft and quiet, but it's actually quite strong.
Yeah.
And second of all, they're processing around a church.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, these
outside.
two worlds, yeah.
If I share my understanding of the relationship between Georgian families and Batonebi, because in England, Batonebi, we don't have this concept, so sometimes it's really hard to understand. But it's like
it is a connection with the people, with the mother, or other people, with these gentlemen.
But there's a relationship of respect, and it's a very it's a respectful relationship. So they're greeted and they're sung to, and there are rituals, and the purpose.
And their purpose was the gain of their hearts.
Okay. Yes. To entreat them to leave their child and return their child to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this clip, she puts off her white dress, and the mother leaves this white dress near the church. It was the ritual, this kind of ritual, and they believed that Batonebi stayed with church and the child. They brought the child to home, recover child, and healthy.
Yes.
Without Batonebi.
Yes.
So this was the ritual of saying goodbye to Batonebi.
Okay. And at the beginning
because the character of this song was so optimistical and not sacred and not magical.
Okay. And at the beginning there was a white stone pebble.
Yeah. I said some spell.
Okay.
It was a spell.
Yes.
And I mentioned a stone which must be left at the church, at the door of the church. I don't know why, it's symbolic.
Okay.
I don't know exactly why, but they made some of these actions to say goodbye to Batonebi. So Batonebi's festival was multidisciplinary as well. The science conference, I mean, scientific conference, and there were a lot of articles about traditions, about rituals, about songs linked to Batonebi. For example, linguistics, two linguistics, Medea Sahliani and Natasha Varshiani, they had an article about the verbal texts which are maintained in Svaneti. It's interesting that we have no tradition, singing tradition in Svaneti linked to Batonebi ritual. We have no samples, Batonebi samples in Svaneti. We have in almost all the regions of Georgia this kind of songs, but have not in Svaneti. We have not recordings of this. So we were interested why, and we were interested if in other branches, if the other people know about these rituals. For example, ethnographists, for example, linguists, and we discovered that in the oral tradition, in the fairy tales, in some verses, folk verses, we have a lot of information about Batonebi, and we have even some terms linked to Batonebi. Svan names of
Terms, I think, yeah.
Maldiani, for example, and many other names of Batonebi, all of sorts of Batonebi, all of kinds of Batonebi.
That's a great example of looking outside of one sphere to inform the songs. Yeah, you're looking outside just of musicology.
Yeah, it's a context I meant.
Yes.
So choreologists, for example.
What's a choreologist?
I think this is going to be choreography to you. I think dance.
They study choreography.
Okay.
The dance. Because Batonebi was a ritual with some action, and this action, like dance or around dance, around
we have space. You can show us
around the cradle, and many other actions people made during Batonebi. Because the choreologists study these actions and they wrote articles for our second festival. It was very interesting because all these actions has their own meaning. And they transcribed what meaning was this or that action.
Oh, I'd love to know. Yes, it's like, I don't know. I can remember in Ajara somebody was kind of going, oh, this action in the dance is from sweeping or something, and I think what you're saying is that within dance there's a whole.
It's not just a dance move.
No, it has a meaning. Yeah. So that must be. We're so sad I missed this second one. Oh no, I could have learned so much.
Then we invited a musical therapist to the second festival because, as Nana Andghuladze mentioned in her dissertation, Batonebi songs and lullaby songs as well, they were a great impact on the child's psychological thinking. So it makes people calm, and it's very important for the speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Soothes their nervous system.
So our ancestors know this. They had this wisdom.
Wow.
So it's interesting that nowadays we use some medicines to we use some medicines instead of these Batonebi songs, so these songs unfortunately disappeared for everyday life. This is the main reason.
I'll take both. I'll take the medicine and the Batonebi now.
As for the third festival.
Yes, I can't wait now to what you're going to find.
I know. So what's the theme? What's the theme of this year's festival?
The theme of this festival is Georgian women's labor, customs, traditions, and music. In this case, we had some problems because labor songs of women were recorded very rarely, and we have a few samples of this genre, unfortunately. Women's, I mean, because we have a lot of men's labor songs. For example, Naduri songs.
So Naduri is specifically songs from the field, from people working in the field.
It's field song. While field work.
Yes.
Naduri songs, Khelkhwavi songs.
So that's Khelkhwavi is hand?
Khelkhwavi linked to hand. It's when they make something by hands.
Okay.
Not by some tools. Tools. Khelkhwavi and a lesser song as well. Many songs of men, but very few in women's repertoire, unfortunately. And when we offer regional ensembles to make some video clips, some of them said no. We can't, because we have no material anymore.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, musical material.
Yeah.
Okay. But they uncovered some material from museums, from the archives, some archives, but from the musical archive, unfortunately, they couldn't find any examples. Anyways, we have 10 video clips.
Oh wow, that's
okay.
Yes, and it should be mentioned that not only regional ensembles, but Tbilisi ensembles are also included in this. In our festivals. So, for example, Ialoni made a video clip from Samegrelo, Nanina, Meskhetian video clip, and more. So we have this section in this festival as well, and the most interesting thing is that I mentioned an exhibition of handicraft. It's on the one hand, it's very hard to reach some songs linked to Georgian women's labor, but in the other hand, we have a lot of activities of women which can be included in these video clips, because, for example, Georgian cuisine, which are very rich of dishes which are made by women.
Okay, so that's counted as women's labour. Cooking, handicraft, what else?
What else? It's make a thread from the wool.
Okay.
Yeah. Wool, working with wool. Making thread from the wool.
Yeah.
So spinning. Yeah.
And
I mean, in the villages I've met, there are many women who are caring for cows, but it's their cow.
We haven't any songs linked to these.
Okay. And to cheese making?
No, we have no. Unfortunately, cheese making is cuisine. I think.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking where I might expect there to be songs, because
I definitely would expect it with this weaving and handicraft, and would that mean
knitting?
And are these maybe group activities, so there might be more than one voice?
We have the practice of group activities, and its name is Women's Nadori. Nadori is the song which is sang together when people help each other, and this song is characterized to men's repertoire, but we have women's nadoris as well, when they help each other, when they have free time. It was at night. They gathered and they made trading or thread. They made thread from the wool.
They made thread. They made thread from the wool. Yeah, and with the spindle.
And then they need some items.
So Naduri is not only in the field then.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yes, they helped men in the field as well, and they sang with men, but it was not a women's repertoire.
Oh.
Well, I was taught a song once in Ajara by Lola Surmanidze,
and
she had been
a
different one. She had been researching a recording, and it was field work, and because it was near to the Turkish side,
one field had men in, one field had women in, and they were singing to each other between the two fields. So
I think
yeah,
it's exceptional case.
Yeah,
because we have no recording of this kind of
yeah.
songs.
So I must remember to listen back to her teaching.
And in Ajara we have a lot of women work songs.
Yes,
in Ajara.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Because they're very hard-working women in Ajara. Now in Georgia, there's felt making is a tradition as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Are there any songs associated with making felt? Because that can be an activity for many people together. I'm just thinking of the walking songs in the north of Scotland and that sort of, which is not dissimilar to making felt.
Not similar maybe, but
yeah, the process.
Not same, but
the process is that's right. Interesting.
Wow, so many more things.
So many more. But we might need to make sure we ask our question that we always ask, because it'd be sad not to.
Yeah, Maka, thank you so much for all of this information about the festivals. We have a question that we ask to all of our guests and coming towards the end of the interview. And it's, what does Voices of the Ancestors mean to you?
Okay. I think is a call for me, is a call to protect traditions. It's very important, I think, and I think that the voices of ancestors aren't only sounds we hear from the old recordings. It's all that traditions which our ancestors kept. And I think it's our obligatory to maintain and keep these traditions and transmission of these traditions to the young generation. And the main goal of Nanina is this actually. I think I'd like to thank you for this title of your podcast. I thank you for your podcast in general. I thank you again for the invitation. I'm glad to participate in your podcast, and I'm glad to give you. I have an opportunity to say something about Nanina to you, to your listeners, to share my experience with the festival Nanina to your listeners, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Maka.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You have a film about the festival, yes. I know.
Yeah.
Shall we ask Ia to come here so we can see her?
The film's title is Festival Nanina, and it's a short film, 20 minutes, and we're going to...
Let's welcome...
Here she comes.
So from behind the camera, we're welcoming Ia in front of the camera.
We're going to have a presentation both days, 1st and 2nd May, before the concert part.
Okay, so this is the film that Ia edited and made and created? Yes. And what was your artistic goal?
Well, this film was specifically for a presentation that they had to present in Batumi.
Okay.
And it was for another festival.
Yeah.
And the final result was probably that good. They decided to share it to public, and now they're showing in the this year's festival. So it was a very big experience for me, and it gave me motivation to do more, and it was a challenge as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but that was a very good experience, and I'm very grateful for everyone who gave me that chance.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful to have...
You are our treasure.
Of course, because Ia's for a young, person that's grown up in Tbilisi, I think, right? And you're still passionate about this folk music, and you sing in the ensemble and make the film about it. So do you have anything from your perspective that you want to share after listening to our interview?
I have a lot of things. But I'd like to share that sometimes we do not realize how far these traditions go and how long it has been showing up. For example, for me, it was a surprise to realize that it was just starting to show up to the public, and for example, for specifically women's repertoire. And when they said that there were so many women's ensembles, and on the concert I think there were 20 or
29.
29.
Wow. The first festival, 29.
Amazing.
We didn't expect.
It was a shock for me too.
Okay.
A nice one.
Do you know what I remember from that first festival and those first concerts was, I won't name who, but a gentleman standing up saying, well, when somebody said we were going to just have a concert with just women's ensembles, I thought it might be boring. But it isn't, is it?
We especially thought that because it was about lullabies.
Yes.
But it was definitely not.
No, it definitely wasn't.
It should be mentioned that we encourage some ensembles, some groups of women to make some ensembles for our festival. For example, my student, Elena Shubitidze, created her ensemble. She gathered the group of her friends, and they performed some Cartlian songs in last festival, and they are going to perform labor songs to this festival.
Wow, that's a great motivating factor to make a group, isn't it?
They dedicated their ensemble to us.
Oh,
It's interesting, and we are so glad that all of the people who are connected to this festival, they are looking forward to this festival.
Yes.
And they say that they like our festival very much, and they are looking forward.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to knowing what you will do next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Next year we are going to showcase cult ritual songs as well, wedding songs.
Oh, fabulous!
There are a few samples of weddings, women's wedding songs, unfortunately, but there are weather songs.
Yes, of course.
Such as
Lazare,
such as Gonja.
Yes.
And the songs linked to childbirth. For example, Mzeshina.
Yes. Yes.
These are cultural songs as well.
Yes.
A lot of things, interesting things will be happening.
That will be
next year.
That was really exciting, because it's almost like it's starting from this domestic, private sphere of lullabies and healing songs, stepping out a little bit into work songs, which can be domestic and can be public, and then wedding songs, which is a public thing.
You guessed.
Yeah, and I guess, ritual songs, are they a public thing or a private thing? It's
that's a good question.
Or are they both?
I guess that was back to the beginning of the interview when you mentioned about why men's songs are so popular and recorded. I guessed it was because of this public sphere that men operate in church, around the table, and women being in this domestic private sphere, but actually it's not black and white. There's
Absolutely.
Wow.
So
It's so marvelous.
Also, I would like to mention, I don't know if I will put that into podcast, but still, on our expedition, not mine, but on
Nanina's.
Nanina's expedition, we asked that Marababo about Meskheti's traditions, but it was not only about Meskheti. She about women's traditions, and she told us that it was not only for women. It like if men could help, they would help.
Yeah.
And it was not exactly black and white, and they would help. So it's
that's my sense of it. It's
It's not binary.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I think why these songs disappeared from everyday life because of technical progress, because of urbanization, and many reasons we have in this case. But I think women which were very busy in their everyday life, they raised children, they sang lullabies, they sang healing songs while the children were ill, they helped their men as well, they made some foods, and Georgian cuisine is proved that we have a rich, very rich cuisine. So contemporary women, they are busy, of course, but they have another challenges. They have another interests, and they sometimes even don't raise their children themselves, and the children are raised by nannies. So they didn't need lullabies anymore. The medicines, invention of medicines, make disappeared the Batonebi songs. We don't need more Batonebi songs. Only, I think, only the members of group Nanina sing these songs to their child while they're illness. So as for the labor songs, we have some factories,
mass-produced,
and all machines made these activities which were made by women, by our ancestors. So we don't need handicraft.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I want you to stay and answer a question first, because I want to know what Voices of the Ancestors means to you.
No, she
Oh, she's gone.
Please do support Voices of the Ancestors podcast at patreon.com/Voices of the Ancestors, and all of the links will be in the show notes to videos and more information.